Hi guys. So last week I tried to do a reading for witches and couldn't get it videotaped. Had a lot to do and it just didn't I just couldn't get it on video. Um um we've been, having a lot going on around here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it now. And one of the reasons why is because since I got the Crystal Keys Tarot gifted to me by Dina Rosenberg that I won from Selena Overdescence at the Moon. And I really wanted to use this deck, and since it's kind of like more of a healing deck, I thought, well, try to do more. I wanted to do like more healing type of a reading um, with more of like my healing decks. So, and I have the Psychic Tarot. That's one of the oracles I'm going to use. And Miss Kulala gave me that deck. And then affirmation cards, Soul Truth. And I was really drawn to use the Apocalypsis Tarot. And this is the deck that Willow Night Owl gave me. The Cozy Witch Tarot deck. And then, of course, my Luna Soul Tarot. And the other Oracle deck that I'm going to use. And I've had this for a minute and haven't used it yet. The Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle. I got that I've been waiting to get that, and I had it for a minute and I haven't used it yet, so it just seemed to be the deck to use. And then the companion oracle to Cozy Tarot is Believe in Your Own Magic. And of course my Yolanda Witch Tarot. So and my I don't have the box for this anymore, but I have it in the bag. The Medicine Woman, this is the guidebook for the Medicine Woman Tarot. I have the guidebook, but I don't have the box anymore because I used it so much. Boxes, these little tough boxes go bad after a bit. So, those are the decks that I'm going to be using. Okay, so I had to grab something real quick. And I had issues because I was doing out in the balcony helping the kids with gardening stuff, so I kind of was trying to cover up my nails. Being blind and trying to paint your nails, especially when you're in a hurry. Anyway, so with this card, the Ten of Swords, and you need to be very careful about the knives that are going into your back. Again, this seems to come like having those eyes around the back of your head, and because you got somebody that's just really being kind of shady. And another thing with it is that even though someone's trying to stab you in the back, you have guides and messengers that are sending you messages, probably just not listening or giving yourself some self-doubt, but you have someone who's watching out for you and sending you messages about someone who is trying to stab you in the back. It's interesting because 2 came out with this. I love this deck. And if you do any workings with Danu or the Morgum, Hecate, Santa Muerte, and then, of course, the triple goddess. Some people are going to debate that because there's three keys there. So, and then, of course, if you're struggling with your crone phase, you need to really embrace the crone phase right now and identify that, and be able to help stand up from being stabbed in the back. And here, um, you need to kind of make yourself invisible, and also watch out for people that wear masks. And you've got a lot here with the threads of fate, um, being spun, um, and oh, the tangled web we weave. So you've got a lot of entanglements going on also. And of course, you have the torches back here, which is why I talk about more, with Hecate, because she is the torch bearer. And the mirror, again, placing yourself to where you can look at the mirror, because sometimes I'll sit out here and I'll watch through my window and see people coming, because, again, with watching your back and having those eyes in the back of your head. And a lot with your truth, because the color blue and the blue chakra. Okay? I gotta kind of move stuff around here. I don't have my easels. So, with standing up for yourself, and having that sword, and with the lightning bolts, that what's done in the dark is going to be brought to light. Even though, yes, this is a magician, and you already have all the tools that you need, and a lot to do with the storm clouds. Every storm shall pass. And this, to me, has something to do with Ganesh. And Ganesh with justice also. Mr. Aiden might show up and make an appearance. Won't you, sir? Are you going to come up here and help? Probably. Because he likes to do that. Ganesh, I too have a kind of a thing with Ganesh and Santa Muerte. But, and I know a lot of people that do have Ganesh on their Santa Muerte altar, because Ganesh was treated unjustly and wrongly. And you see there, to me, there's a lot of pentacles, so you may want to work on protection work. And something with Scorpio because of the crab. And again, behind the back, there's someone that's got your back. And that's got a lot to do with you're going through a lot of emotional stuff lately. And here you are, this has a lot to do with exercise, and you're going to see this theme quite a bit. A lot to do with exercise, and about you transitioning from one phase or one form of study to another, or one life phase to another. And also a possibility would be that you are going from student to teacher, which is also, again, another phase of life. And exercise. Oddly enough, I'm looking into Tai Chi. And trusting yourself and not having any self-doubt. When it comes to the things that you're dealing with. Again, someone's got your back. And this has a lot to do with, again, with healing and transformation, because you're going through a transformation. And let me see, I don't have my glasses. Yes, no, I don't have my glasses. So, Queen of Wands, replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. So, um, again, going through that phase and maybe some candle magic in there, and lighting a candle and putting a candle on your altar, maybe a pink candle for self-love. And Selena, based on the conversation that we had, it's crazy when something happens and then you're doing one of these and the cards just kind of like line up. um, I'm going to try to use this in a politically correct way. There's too many chiefs and not enough, too many bosses and not enough employees. I'd say too enough chiefs and not enough indigenous, but I don't want to use the I word because that's just not. There's just too many people with too many hands right here, because you've got all of these hands that are just doing too many things at once. So this is time for you to sit there and meditate. You're probably struggling right now with multitasking, again with music. Maybe you learn a musical instrument and have a lot to do with music. And again with Hecate, and the moon, what's done in the dark is going to come into the light. And of course the torchbearer. And you have a lot of people that are wanting all of your attention all at once. With the rainbow, maybe looking into working with Iris. She's got a lot to do with rainbows and chakra balance. And you clearly are going on a journey. And whether it's transformation, even though, yes, I know this judgment, but I do this intuitively. You're going on a journey, whether it's a spiritual journey or a physical journey. And again, with the cat, and cats have a lot to do with the underworld. And of course, maybe it's time to put people or situations in a coffin. So, that's the other thing with that. I have to do it this way because the shadow's in here. And don't judge a book by its cover, and don't be so quick, and always be willing to give something a second look, because things aren't always what they seem. When you're looking at something or looking at something from a situation, because it may look like a bat, but it's not. Something may look a certain way, and someone within your circle, there's a lot of cracks, like the world around them is starting to crumble, or you may feel the world is starting to crumble, but a lot of their cracks are starting to show with a situation. And then you need to go back to your roots with yourself, with the situation, going back to going back to the beginning, because you've lost yourself along the way. And then again with fulfillment of wishes. So all of the work that you have been doing is really starting to finally pay off for you. This is a time for you to be going and giving yourself that pat on the back with what you are wanting to accomplish. You still have a bit of work to do, but maybe this is kind of the time where you kind of need to do a little bit of self-assessment and self-isolation, and kind of going out and touching grass. And there's a lot to do here with emotion because of the water. So, kind of take that time to regroup and emotional regulation, and take stock of everything that you have accomplished within your life. And then I'm going to have to set the cards down so I can read these. So this is just going to be the audio. because I grabbed the affirmation cards and two popped out. It is the Soul Truth affirmation cards. So I'm going to read these aloud, even though I don't have my glasses right here. This is going to be fun. Okay, so the one card is, what is it? What if it isn't true? And it says, the thing you are telling yourself right now. I'm sorry, I had to grab my glasses because I'm struggling. The thing you are telling yourself right now. The get in the light. The concrete reasons why you think you don't belong. You can't do it. You won't get there. You're not enough. It is... Oh, man. Try it this way, because I'm just not getting the light right. Let me see here. What, or is it not for you? What if it isn't true? What if it isn't true? And then it goes, well, today's soul action. It's time for a soul chat. Close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and ask wise ones within you, what if it isn't true? What if, what else might be possible? Journal your answer. What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? Sorry. What do I do with the other card? Okay. The fonts on this are just horrible. Of course, okay. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? You are the asset. The body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Today's soul action. Take a bath. Put on some lavender essential oil. Go to bed ridiculously early. Or give yourself time today. Notice your body thanking you. Today's mantra. The more I give myself permission to rest, the more I can contribute. Okay. And then we have the Gnosis. And this was all, again, about... Let me get my paper. This is so hard to... Okay. Let me find it, because I have the wrong side. Let me see here. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, this is, to me, the way I interpret it when I read it. It's all about, again, about taking the pause. That you are on your life journey, a new life journey. Let me see, and entering a new part of life experience. But when you're doing, sometimes when we study, and again, this has a lot to do with study, books and such are great, and in gaining that knowledge through study, but sometimes the best form of study is life experience, and practice. And someone may be at a different life experience than you. So, life experience is just as important as doing the study with your books and all of that. So understand that your life experience is very valid. And with this card, because I'm having to do it a little bit different this time, and I've got my runes over there too that I'm going to cast. So this is about self-love and about meditation and getting out your crystals and chilling out with a cup of coffee and taking the time to taking that rest. Maybe take mental breaks from social media or those things that are just stressing you out. Again, with exercise, and you may feel like you're stuck, but in this situation, it's okay to be a little stuck. This is about exercise and taking time for yourself to appreciate nature, and because now it's warmer out, and doing that because the time that we have to reconnect with nature, especially at this time of year, is like so short, and we really need to take advantage of that. I'm sorry, I had to do a casting and a reading real quick. So, and I need to go back because I always have the pronunciations of these, and I need to just start like listening because I haven't. Going to start doing runes again and reading them. So oddly enough, let's do a little haul real quick because my kids, and we're going tomorrow. My kids, the kids went to the Oddities and Curiosities convention. And they bought my youngest bought these for me, supporting a local witchy creator. And I can't remember like what kind of stone. If anybody could help me out with that, because I wanted to say one thing, but I'm kind of like having a hard time telling. I mean, I know they're not crystal, but like what kind of stones these are. If anybody could help me out with that, that'd be great. Because of the way they're cut, I don't have the box to them anymore. And these are great because they're so easy for me to see. I have some amethyst sets, but they're in storage. But these are so much easier for me to see. So you obviously have this need to bring some joy into your life, and you maybe need to look at going back and either having a conversation with your ancestors or doing some type of genealogy study within your life. And you need to be forming a new partnership or collaboration with somebody, because you obviously either you're struggling and you're dealing with the storm in your situation, or the storm has passed, the storm is coming, but you really need to be focusing on having conversations with those ancestors and doing some protection work in your wards, and maybe kind of isolating yourself and hunkering down and really making yourself kind of invisible, doing some evil eye work, as well as maybe there's some focus and some confidence issues, and you're kind of riding the wave, and maybe you feel like you've been left behind or been passed over or been ignored in a situation. Although this has a lot to do with romance, but to me this is more like with self-love. You're really, again, with self-love, because there's more than one kind of love. So, um, maybe again with meditation and doing more with yourself, and kind of not being so focused on what other people are doing, what's going on around them. So, but anyway, guys, hope that helps. And if it doesn't resonate, just take what resonates out of the situation. But peace, love, and light, guys. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Blessed be.